Hey guys, it's Bethany again. Today I'm gonna show you how to make blueberry muffins. I want to wake up and have a muffin. Okay, so ingredients for the actual muffins, because we're gonna do a little crumble on top. For the muffins themselves, you're gonna 3 cups of all-purpose flour, a cup and a half of white sugar, we're gonna go 4 teaspoons of baking powder. We need that rise. Teaspoon of salt. Okay. 2/3 of a cup of vegetable oil. 2 eggs, room temp. All my stuff's room temp. Room temp. 2/3 of a cup of milk, and about 2 cups of blueberries. We'll probably put extra blueberries in there. Right. So, and for the crumb topping, a cup of sugar, 2/3 of a cup of flour, still all-purpose, 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, a half a cup of butter, and that's it. So let's make some blueberries. So equipment, not a lot to work with here. I've got my silicone muffin form. I've put some little paper liners in there. We're gonna use some measuring cups and some measuring spoons and a spatula and a couple of bowls. That's it, okay? First step, preheat your oven to 400 degrees, okay? All right, second step. We're gonna put our flour, our sugar, our baking soda, and our salt in a bowl, and then we're gonna whisk it together. So we're gonna start 3 cups of flour. All right, so whenever you're doing flour, golden rule, scoop into the measuring cup. Do not take your measuring cup and just dunk it in there, because you won't get the right amount of flour. And that part is important, okay? So 1, 2, 3, okay? We need a cup and a half of just regular sugar, okay? Same idea with the sugar. Pour it in there, don't scoop it out. There we go. Some more of these. There's my sugar. Okay, so 2 teaspoons of salt. Here's my salt. Try not to pour your salt over your flour mixture. You can put too much salt in your baked goods, right? You don't want a salty muffin. Okay, 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So let's do that. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 teaspoons of baking powder. So, okay, now take your whisk and mix it together. Step 2, finished. All right, step 3. I'm gonna use less dishes now. So I have a large measuring cup. I'm going to put 2/3 of a cup of vegetable oil in here. So whenever you're measuring in a measuring cup, especially with liquids, keep it on the counter, because if you're holding it, squeezing it, tilting it, you're gonna get the wrong amount, okay? Once I get that in there, I'm gonna take my 2 eggs. I'm gonna put them in there, okay? So 2 eggs. Okay. Okay. Now, we're gonna take our milk, and we are gonna fill this measuring cup up until it reaches the 2-cup line, okay? There we go, 2 cups. All right, so now let's take a fork or something and get your egg broken up and stir that up a little bit, all right? good enough, I think. Yeah, just get your eggs broken up and you're good. So once we've done that, we're gonna take our bowl of flour mixture and our wet stuff, and we're gonna put them together. So here we go. And we're just gonna mix it until it's just barely combined, okay? So we're just gonna get this stirred up, basically. Using my little silicone spatula because I find it easier to clean when all is said and done. So there. So make sure you get down on the bottom. Don't leave any flour hanging out anywhere. You want it good and combined, but you don't want to over mix, right? You want it to be light and airy when it's all said and done. So, here's my batter. We're combined. Now we're gonna take our blueberries and we're gonna just gently fold them into the batter, okay? So let's just see how many I can fit in here. And when I say fold, I just mean you kind of tuck it in like it's, you know, you've read it a bedtime story and now it's time. So, I'm gonna put it all in there. That's where I'm at with my life. So once you get it folded in, you're just gonna set it to the side for a little while. It's just gonna sit here. Think about its future. So I try to get it to where my blueberries are kind of throughout, right? Because you can have this spot on the bottom if you don't scoop down in there that's just not got blueberries. Nobody wants a non-blueberry muffin. That's just lonely and sad. So here it is. That's what it looks like, okay? Oh, lost one. Oops. All right, we're gonna set this to the side. And then we're gonna make our crumbles, so that's next. Okay, so I've taken a cup of sugar, 2/3 of a cup of all-purpose flour, 3 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, and 1/2 cup of butter. I cubed up the butter, and I've just been mixing all that together until it's kind of crumbly, like that. Okay, that's step 3, 4. I don't know what step we're on anymore, guys. But there's your crumble. Okay, what's next? All right, so now we're gonna take our muffin cups and we're gonna take our batter and we're gonna spoon this in. So let's see, until it's just right at the top, right all the way to the brim. So let's fill up our muffin cups. We want it all the way to the top because we want it to kind of overflow, right? We want to get those fun, fluffy muffin tops. Okay. That's about as full as we're going to get without making a ginormous mess. So I'm calling it here. Okay. So I guess I'll get some extra muffins. Once you've done that, take your crumble and just literally crumble it on top, okay? Once you've got your crumble on, you're gonna put this in your preheated oven. Remember, we preheated to 400 degrees for 20 to 25 minutes. When you put a toothpick in the middle of one of these and it comes out clean, it's done. All right, that's the key to that. So I'll see you in about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes and we have some beautiful muffins. Let me see if I can get one out. You want it to cool for a few minutes, but I'm impatient. I'm a very impatient person. Gosh, that's hot. Woo! Check it out, guys. Yay! Blueberry muffins for the morning.